Let me tell you, transporter really is the only way to travel. First up this evening, we have Star Trek royalty. Not only is she part of the biggest franchise in the world, she's also an Oscar winner, plays the devious Madame Morrible in Wicked, and has martial arts skills. Let's just say you wouldn't want to mess with her. Yes, Michelle Yeoh has swapped the land of Oz for the Federation space for her latest movie, Star Trek Section 31. Before we chat with Michelle, let's take a little look.
Regina under Philippa Georgiou, Augustus Euponius Centaurus.
Cool. So come with fries. That was good. Okay.
Every time you don't answer her questions directly, Her Majesty will punch you in your face.
Fine. I'm Data. Data, no. Just Data. Then no. That's it. No in-betweens. And I used to run a pathology lab in the Walk colonies. What the man? You said that she was gonna be doing the face punching!
So now we both have lied. You are not that Data.
Now, a sentence I thought I would never say. Michelle Yeoh, a huge welcome to the 6 o'clock show. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
OK, it's time to tease us a little bit. What can we expect from Section 31? This is Star Trek, but with a bit of a Mission Impossible twist, so reveal all.
You got it. You got it right. I think with Section 31, you should take out your phaser and put it to fun, because it is a lot of fun. It is, Section 31 is always the mysterious, the spy, the undercover op. So it did give us a premise to be different, because we're not in uniform, right? We're undercover, so we can wear more funky things. And I think, especially for Philippa Georgiou, all those who knew her from before, from Star Trek Discovery, will know what a badass she is. From the moment she appeared in Star Trek Discovery saying, do you not bow to your emperor? And then it was like, oh my God, where are we going from there? And now Tunde, Alex, and Craig, who wrote the script, wanted you to know her background, to bring you to not to excuse all the things that she has done, but to tell you where she came from, how she became the emperor. And I think the tragic part of it was which way she decided to choose, to be emperor or not to be emperor, the tragic ending was the same. So, for this young, who is played brilliantly by this young actress called Miku, playing young Philippa Georgiou, took you on a journey into her past to say why it had to be the way it is. And it's very poignant. And it was a nice sort of introduction to then becomes a totally crazy roller coaster ride with like incredible misfits, with Alok and Mel and, all the different characters that came out. So it was very satisfying, especially for me, to reprise this role, because it's a character that I have loved for a very long time and, to be part of the Star Trek family.
Now, speaking of this motley crew that Georgiou is part of, how did you find getting to know and bond with the actors playing this ragtag group?
Oh, it was fun from day one, because everybody brought their best game, onto this. Because they wanted it, they believed in it, they believed in Section 31. Like you say, it's like Mission Impossible in space. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. We're the outcasts. We're the ones that fell between the cracks. But together, maybe we can do something good. And maybe they don't even know what is good or not. But they are willing to stick their necks out because they believe that they have an opportunity to do something different, to make a difference.
Star Trek has been such an institution for nearly 60 years now. So what was it that made you want to be part of this world back in 2017 with Star Trek Discovery?
wow, who doesn't want to be part of the Star Trek world? I mean, I knew I was, when I was a kid, I watched the William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, you know, Live Long and Prosper. And I always wanted to be Spock, actually. I really loved that character. So, you know, from a long time, this world was familiar to me. And so when they came knocking, I remember very clearly saying to the showrunner at that point and said, "You're not going to kill me off, right?" Because, you know, in that era, there were a lot of movies and shows where, you know, they bring in someone that you know, and then boom, suddenly, I think Game of Thrones was probably the one who started all that. And so it was so funny because there was silence. And I go, "Oh, no." He goes, "Yes, you die, but you come back." And you know, you go, "Oh, yes, it's science fiction. He's probably going to clone me from some DNA molecule or something like that." But nothing prepared me for how this character came back and what a difference it would make. And that was the most exciting thing. And I think as an actor, that's what you look for. You look for characters that challenge you and would challenge your audience as well. It's like, how do you not make it that it's just, oh yeah, she's just evil. Boring, right? It's like, so then even before we finished filming the first season, I went to Alex Kurtzman, our showrunner, and say, "We have to do a spin-off. You know, the Section 31 and Philippa Georgiou, we just have to do it." Well, thank you for the confidence, Alex. You know, 6 years later, here we are.
Your character, Philippa Georgiou, died in season 1 of Discovery. You then came back as Mirror Universe Georgiou, who's basically a tyrant, murderer, and a dictator. It must be so interesting as an actor to play the same character, but in totally different ways.
Right. Well, you know, we had a little bit of a hiatus. I finished with Star Trek Discovery, where Emperor Georgiou was sent into through the portal to technically have a second chance, you know, to be able to have a longer life and less painful existence, because it felt that the greater good felt that she was redeemable in that way. And then it's been quiet for Philippa Georgiou, but Michelle Yeoh never let go, never forgot about her, sort of kept her, you know, there together with Alex, and to fight the right writer, Craig Sweeney. It took him 2 years to actually finally settle on the script that we have now and the movie that we have right now. But, you know, sometimes you just have to wait a little longer for the best things.
Now, Michelle, we can't have you here and not talk about the incredible Wicked. You all worked on this movie so passionately and for such a long time. So what's it been like to see the movie come out and be absolutely loved by everyone around the world?
Oh my God, it's such a relief, right? Like all things, when you go in to something, you went in there believing that this is what the world wants and the world needs. But you never know. Right? You hold it so dearly, you work. It's a labor of love, whether it's Wicked, whether it's Section 31. Wicked on a much, much, much bigger scale because it was Wicked 1 and 2. So in that way, but once you release it, you know, out of your hands, you hope that the rest of the hands in the world will catch it and embrace it and take it on. And that's the only way it will be successful. I think, especially with Wicked 1 and 2, Wicked 1, John M. Chu and the entire cast and crew, everyone who came together to make it happen, it truly was a labor of love. It truly is such a cinematic experience. And, well, it's hard. It's the same as Star Trek, right? It's such a legacy. In Wicked, it's been around in the West End and Broadway for 20 years and around the world, and at least three generations of mega fans who love it. So how do you make sure that when they watch your movie, they're going to go, okay, not bad. Okay, we love you too. So that is thrilling, it's exciting, but it's terrifying as well.
Michelle, thank you so much for joining us here on the 6 o'clock show. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.